about the fact that both of us could have been dead and no one would have known. Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, thank you for joining. I'm about to give a life update on a community post I made, which would be explaining where I've been, why I haven't uploaded since what happened to me, and I'm just gonna talk about that and where I'm at, what I'm doing and stuff. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone that watches my channel, or if you have watched it in passing, if it's your first time here, thank you for taking the time to see what I'm creating or to see what I'm doing. And if you have already been watching, thank you for supporting. If you've given feedback or anything like that, there is a bit of background noise, so I'm sorry about that. I will do my best to mute it once I go back and edit. I am also currently cooking dinner, so you may hear like a clicking sound. That's just the burner. I move around in the video is just because I'm making dinner. I just want to get into it, and I want to start off with what happened. So when I made my community post, I shared that I was assaulted. I was stabbed in my wrists and in my hand, and I was robbed. My partner was there. Their stuff didn't get taken because they only had their phone. It was in their pocket. Everything that I had was in my tote bag, which is usually how I carry it. So if you've seen a vlog before, then you've seen me using my camera, and I mainly just vlog on my phone. So yeah, we had been staying in Latin America for a little over a year. That was never the plan when we first started. Honestly, when I first started, I was thinking it would be a temporary thing just so that we could afford housing because I had lost my job. I have had like a couple of close calls. Alright, so again, getting back into it. At first, when he came around, I was just in shock. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was really in shock. Like, it's just the fact of like, when we were just discussing it before, I don't know, like, my ancestors were definitely trying to warn me, but I was so wrapped up in like my anxiety, and I can definitely be an anxious person, but I don't know. I will say certain things have definitely triggered it more and more. And I think it's just that poverty, trauma, and also just trying to escape certain things, and you really can't. And so when you're always worrying about things, you're not going to always be present, and that's something that I'm really working on. So that's why I wanted to make this video and be present and talk about it where I am right now versus I just couldn't force it. Even now, whew, I've been through a lot of traumatic things, but this was just like, you forget how quick your life could be over, and then also just being a woman and knowing you're in a place where no one cares, but that's like how it is in the whole world. Like, that's how the whole world feels. So he came around, he was saying whatever. I'm like, no, por favor, please. Like, I don't have no cash, which I didn't. I had my tote that I got in Sao Paulo, which you have already seen in my past vlogs. In that, I had a huge water bottle. I had my green scarf, my phone, my camera, and again my AirPods case. And I believe I had a crystal or seashell or something, and a simple sheet to sit on. at the beach because that's where we were going. And I just my partner tried to like ask him please, like basically not to stab me, but he was like, you know, coming at me. But it's like I wanted my stuff because I'm like, I don't have nothing. But of course it's materialistic things, but it's like just so heartbroken. Like first of all, I lost like 6 weeks, yeah, almost 6 weeks of footage. And I worked so hard to do different things. Like I made spirituality videos, talking videos about full-time travel. I did a photo shoot, like different photo shoots with my camera that I would never ever, like, it's not on my phone, it's not my iCloud, sorry, photos and stuff that I will never see because the police did not get my camera back before I left. And then for my phone, I like I said, I'm not working, so our iCloud storage is a luxury because $10 a month is a lot. The price of food, the cost of living is a lot. So Latin America is definitely affected by the North America, baby. South America is affected by North America, and so the tension is there, but I don't know, it's there with everyone in the world. So, you know, I totally feel like it was, I don't want to say it was my fault, but I should have let my bag go sooner. And so I almost got away with my bag, but then he just stabbed me. Like, I was tussling with him a little bit, and he definitely got me with the element of surprise. And again, like I said, my partner was trying to tell me to let it go, let it go, let the bag go. But if you know me, I'm a very stubborn person. Like, I cannot deny that. And so my stubbornness definitely got me to this point. But at the same time, sometimes things are not a matter of if but when. And so knowing and reading so much about seeing men being robbed multiple times and people going through similar experiences and even worse, and knowing that happens, but I was in shock of like seeing myself get stabbed, and the pain is so bad. Like I know that it will never be the same. And I'm left-handed, and he stabbed me in my left wrist. And as you can see, I know it doesn't look as brutal as it feels, but it's only because of how deep it was. And I would just say, content warning. I will put up the pictures of me at the hospital that my partner took. But yes, yeah, that's what happened. I was trying to hold on to materialistic things because I didn't want to lose the memories, but I have the memories here. And to know that I was able to document everything else except that last month, which it was a very difficult month. But I have a lot of videos and clips that either my partner has or I have from my Instagram. And so, I don't know, I feel better knowing that. But it was very traumatizing because it's not the only experience in Latin America that was crazy. Like, again, I already mentioned this in another video, but I definitely put it on my Instagram. I don't remember if I put it on YouTube, but when we were in Tulum and we were in bed, we thought that our room, like we were staying in the studio, we had to move because of power outages, which is common in Tulum due to all of the building. Yeah, people just came in with the guns. I just heard the click, and just from, like I said, past trauma was like, I know the feeling of a gun, even if I'm not seeing it. All I could do was scream, like, and they left out. Yeah, we were thinking that it locked, so now we never ever ever go without checking the locks ever. Like, stuff had happened, but I really can't even talk about it. Not on here. But yeah, that is what happened, and my partner did their best. I have been living out of a duffel, and back here in America, I only had a suitcase full of stuff, so I don't have a lot. Like, all my life's possessions I have right now. So being over there, I have much, but I was trying to make it work. And when you're going without having a laundromat, I did a lot of hand washing of clothes and just hanging clothes out on like a clothing line, stuff like that. And sometimes you just wear what you have. And so for me, my outfit, I had on two necklaces like this, one being black tourmaline, one being this West African pendant that was like brass, and it was used for protection, and it actually broke off. Like, I could cry because when the man gave it to me, he gave me a free pair of earrings, and I bought another pair of earrings, and I kept all of them. And one pair got lost in Sao Paulo. That necklace got lost when the assault happened, and still have my cowrie shell earrings. But the man with his knife, if he didn't swing that pendant, he could have hit me, and also my partner could have got hurt. So for me, this is something very, very, very difficult to be talking about. But it also brings up the point of how people really do not value each other, and we as people don't value what we have. I thought about the fact that I could have died. I thought about the fact that both of us could have been dead and no one would have known, because we don't really have anyone that would notice if we were to go missing, except for maybe my partner's mother, but for me, definitely not. And so even with them putting themselves in the middle and trying to diffuse it, that was very scary for them as well. And people kept trying to make it up like, well, what coulda, shoulda, woulda been done. It's so easy to say what you could and would do until you are in a situation. And I'm not really a violent person. I'm definitely good at protecting myself and, usually being aware, but I wasn't there. But now when I step outside, I try to be more alert, but I don't try to be paranoid. That is hard too, just coming from where I come from, but I will not live my life in fear. And I just wanted to share and be clear about what happened. I really just got caught slipping. I had way too much of things that were valuable at one time, knowing that, again, those disparities are there. So it could have happened before, and it could have happened when I was back home. And so I never want to paint it as if a country is a certain way, even though I will say they don't give a fuck. Like, I also was like, damn, he gonna be so disappointed because, baby, it's about to be an iPhone 16 out and you stole an iPhone 12 Pro Max, a fucked up one at that. So it's like, probably couldn't get much for it. My camera was old as well, so again, it's like, it's a temporary thing. I'm glad that I have my life, and I'm glad that partner has their life and that they didn't get injured. And once I just stood there in shock, like once I got stabbed, like the blood was just going everywhere, and I was just in shock. But my partner was trying their best to stay cool, calm, and collected, even though obviously they were scared of like, what if the man comes back? You know, we didn't have anything, and we sometimes did carry something for protection, but we didn't, because usually when we go a certain time, we feel safe and secure, and nothing has really happened. It just sucks because you're excited to see people that look like you, that are like you, but they want to refute history and the evidence of us all being one. So it's very frustrating, but just the whole everything after was a nightmare. First of all, like I said, the pure shock, and then just covering the open wound. As soon as he stabbed me, I just grabbed and put my hand over the wound, because up till that point my hand was pretty clean. You know, once he stabbed me, I let the bag go, baby, because I was like, I'm not about to get my throat slit. And like I said, we were at the marina, so we were midway to like that entry point. So my partner's like, come on, come on, come on, like we gotta get you, get away from where it happened. You can't just stand here, because what if he come back, right? I was like in shock, and then I was really mad. Like, this man really took my shit, going back and forth, back and forth. Finally, I just came down enough to follow her. We see the security guard. He not even flinching. My blood is on her. It's on me. It's awful. It's not stopping. Like, I'm trying to make it stop, but like I said, it was here. You seen the photos, yeah. And so, just even reminiscing, I can't. The lack of care of men about women, while always wanting a woman to do everything, is so draining. Like, I really hate that. I hate it for the world. Our security guard, he partners like, we just got stabbed and robbed. Like, she translating it all that. Like, she trying her best to say police, policia, hospital. He didn't give a blood, just going. I'm just like, I'm crying, I'm screaming, like I'm mad, because I'm like, you don't give a fuck, I just want to go, like, because it's just something you just didn't want to happen, like, but it happened anyway. And it's like, damn, this is really happening to me. Like, what the like, y'all, I'm not trying to curse, but it's just like, just the shock around it. And we kept going. We told it to 3 more people. This man gonna make me move my hand off the wound to look at it. Not giving it, the blood still going, just leaking everywhere. Have the footage anymore, but we went and got sushi in the marina another day before. Like I said, we had been living here it was like literally at the almost end of our month stay there, ironically enough. Our partner is still trying to ask them, where's the police, like the ambulance, like nobody here, nobody coming, nothing. They ain't say nothing. My partner is like, what's going on, where are they? They're not moving. They never even called anybody. They just walked, huddled, nothing. I seen nothing happen. She called an Uber. They like, oh, don't call Uber because you're gonna need the police. No. We go in the Uber. He got us there as fast as possible. It was just so, I feel so bad. That I hope that man just has a wonderful and peaceful life, because he got me to the hospital as fast as possible. And it was so nice to have that before getting to the hospital, because the hospital that we went to, when we walk in, they do not care. Like, it's literally just old people there for appointments, which that is still important. But it's like, if somebody coming in crying, blood everywhere, clearly an open wound. They didn't care, and it was all men. And they were laughing, especially because they knew we were American. Like, and also just because we were black. So even if a lot of times people just thought we, like, this whole time being in Latin America, they didn't think I wasn't a Latina. They just thought I was a black one. So that's where they had the issue. And so when they were laughing at me, I just said it could be you because you live here. This is the reality for you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be leaving. But to see people that look like you wanting to laugh at you, and people that know that they are at that same risk to laugh and be so desensitized, it was painful. I was in so much pain. I had to sit there. My partner handled everything. Again, like I said, it was the women around that made everything so much better. The nurses were women. They were wonderful. The doctor was a man, and he didn't even do the x-ray that was paid for, and he didn't even give me extra gauges, nothing. He just gave me one thing, and then he was mad that I knew and could tell the certain level of damage. He didn't care about my pain when sewing me up. It was just torturous. Everyone was telling me it was good, that is all that happened to me, which is true because it's people who's getting stabbed here, like I said, here, getting limbs and hands cut off. And I'm a very, very, very lucky person to not only have had a loved one that did their best to protect me, but also made sure that I got treatment right away. Immediately after, that's when I posted fundraising because I had no way to really, outside of my iPad, try to get in contact with people. And I want to say thank you to everyone that did donate, because I was able to not only go back and get my stitches removed, still didn't get an x-ray, but being able to pay for that, being able to pay for my bandages and medication, and sorry, my plane ticket to come home. I'm so glad my passport was secured, but I almost had to go home with the embassy because everything was so messed up. And I was able to, thanks to everybody that took the time to help me, that I hope I could soon when they repay you as I'll be working. I just felt very hopeless. I was feeling very hopeless about a lot. And when it happened, I just wanted to spiral more, but I've been fighting myself so hard just to survive, and also just to appreciate myself for, surviving, honestly. Alright, y'all, I'm really not trying to cry or anything because I'm just not a public crier, but yeah, I was faced with so much criticism and backlash, as if like it's my fault that this happened to me, or it's my partner's fault that this happened to me. And it was very, very, very hurtful to see people that you respect and care about try to talk down to you or try to find a way to blame you. And it really speaks to the inherent issues that we as Black people have internally about ourselves and each other, and feeling like a lot of us sometimes, without saying it, feel like we deserve the violence against us. And that really broke my heart. And also not being able to rely on a family that has asked so much of me my whole life, and having lived a life trying to serve and support and love and respect my family, just for them to this happen, it just broke my heart even more, because they really showed me that they didn't care, and I'm not at a point where I want to force it. And also just having this pain every day, I specifically am working on these three fingers because it's just not the same. And I have a very long path to even trying to heal, but just thinking about this, and every time the pain radiates and shoots up, and I'm just not comfortable, or I can't lift something, or I can't cut, I found myself over and over again just feeling so like sad and hurt, and feeling like do why do people I care about not care about me? Why is the why is it that it's okay for violent things to happen to me and no one around me that I care about, that I would definitely stand in front of and protect, wouldn't? And then the same people that wouldn't want to criticize a person that did is, like, to me very delusional and is very disconnected. And I'm tired of being blamed as a woman for things that happen to me, or for people's misconceptions or assumptions about me. I'm done. And this situation really highlighted who really does care about me, and who also just feels like I am in their life to be abused or used, or that you feel like I think so lowly of myself that you could come in and out of my life as you please. And